basically, in the equality unit in the BSO, we work with a wide range of staff on screenings. We don't do the screenings, but we help staff in undertaking them. And in doing so, quite quickly, we realised that there were common issues that staff were struggling with. There were three main reasons, really, why we produced this. The first was language. The legislation is all about making a difference to people's lives, but some of the language isn't really language that we use in our lives. So we felt we had to try to translate some of the word and the concepts to people, so they know what it is they're supposed to be doing. The second one was about the concept of equality. We all have a sense of what's not fair, but try to ensure that what we do is fair. It is tricky, it's hard. So we had to try and break down the process of considering equality into steps. And the third one was very practical. I think we all learn best when we make it real, when we have practical examples. The guidance is really like a toolkit, a set of resources. Some of them tell us how we should do it, and some tell us how maybe not to do it, what to avoid. To give you an example of one of those, the screening myths resource. So it focuses on some common myths that we've come across, and we try to unpick them, and we do that in 4 steps. We name that myth, try to identify it. The second one is to explain why it is a myth, and the next step we try to give some advice on how to avoid it, and the fourth one is an example to illustrate that. One of the myths, for example, that probably a lot of equality people recognise is the myth, people saying we don't have data, therefore there are no equality issues.
The guide that we have produced, and the number of guides are part of a toolkit that's in addition to screening training and in addition to the one-to-one support we provide for individuals who are undertaking the screening. The resource has a significant benefit for staff because of the range of resources that we have and the range of types of the ways that they can access the support. They also have the capacity to learn from their colleagues, and I think that's very important. Our colleagues have highlighted that they want to learn from what others have experienced when they've been undertaking training, in particular based on the pitfalls and where they've had difficulties in screening. And then in terms of stakeholders and the Section 75 groups, I suppose you could say that since the guidance will bring about a more thorough consideration of the equality issues, that it will benefit the Section 75 groups. The organisations that we provide support to have a very wide range of services and functions, and obviously the number of roles within those organisations are very varied. So our challenge was in finding examples in the guidance that would be meaningful for all of our staff, but hopefully we achieved it in the end. Well, we developed the resources based on the needs of our staff. So if other public bodies were to identify similar needs in terms of their staff, then yes, I do think the development of such guidance would be beneficial. It would be important that they find examples that would be relevant to their own organisation.